What is up, you pigs? That is not an insult. Today, we are looking at how to forge prop hunt. It's going to be my first video on this channel, so yeah, we're just going to hop right into it. So this is Halo 4, how to forge, my prop hunt game type that got pretty popular once it came out. I want to thank Omicron. He helped a bit. Um, he basically made a lot of the map, but the first map, that is. So right now we're loading up the second map for this. This is going to be released in short time. It's not quite finished yet. So one thing I like to do is put a little soccer ball for the flood here. I mean, he likes it. I mean, it gives him something to do. So here is something that I do personally. I just like to do. I like to have seek, because I can't actually put the text into the game, which would be pretty cool. But it is supposed to say, when you're playing the game type, instead of flood, it's supposed to say seeker. I'm not sure if it actually does yet, but that is supposed to be what it does sooner or later. Right now we have this initial loadout camera pointing right towards seek. So then you can see hide down there. So what we got here is we got an initial loadout camera set to attacker. So this initial loadout camera is going to look straight at seek. Now one thing you have to keep in mind is it's not like in Reach, where if you looked straight into this camera you would see exactly what you would see when you load up a game. The camera is a bit actually in front of the camera here. This is where you're actually going to be seeing it from. So what I like to do is I like to go fly in front of the camera, and that is actually what you're going to be seeing. So both of those, that is all good. So you can write hide seek any way you want, but you don't really have to. It's just a preference of mine. So what do we have here? Here on the new prop hunt map, this isn't final yet, but for right now we have all these rocks. We have the small rocks over here, got some huge tall ones over here, got some flat ones, just lots of different kinds for this new map. So what we got is we got some respawn points for the humans, because you're going to want to place respawns, because if somebody joins the game and they become a human, they're not going to just spawn somewhere randomly on the map and probably just get killed by hard or soft kill. So you always want to have that, because the most people you're ever going to have in a game is 16 anyway, so all you need here is 16 of these. Now, one thing you might be wondering about is how we have some warthogs here. Now, I know, these warthogs, they're going to look pretty dang sexy with these rocks merged with them. No. In the game type settings have it set to where all vehicles, all land vehicles, which are warthogs and ghosts, get set to mongooses when you start the game. If you want more information on that, you can look at the Halo Forge Epidemics video, and I think Pete the Duck has a video on it. But all these vehicle sets and game types you can really edit the game type with. So basically, I bet you're wondering, I bet you are, I mean, who wouldn't, how is this rock, I mean, it is a rock, I mean, I can't go through it or anything, it's an actual rock, how is it going to get merged with this warthog here? I mean, doesn't make much sense. I know, but basically what's going to happen is we're going to generate lighting for 15 hours here, then it's going to let us fall. You can see it is a real rock. This trade zone is making me run a bit slowly. That's just for reasons unknown, and I lose my bar, but you know. So this is a warthog, yeah, but that'll let's get into the settings here. This is going to be a bit complicated. So what you want to do to merge, first of all, if you've ever merged anything, you should know how to do this, but if you haven't merged anything, all you're going to want to do is go to the settings by pressing X, go down to the advanced part of the menu, go down to a game type label. You're going to have all these other options here, but we'll get to those in a second, but you just want to get to the game type label for now. You're going to want to set whatever you're attaching to the main object as attach child, and then you're going to set the main object to attach parent. In different game types, they're going to have different label names, but the basic label name is either going to be mongoose and forklift, which was the original game type that could merge objects. And now they've made it more simple, where you have child objects and parent objects. So what we've got going on here is this rock is just set to child with this warthog, but I know you're probably wondering this, how does it know to attach to this warthog when this warthog, or this rock, uh, is also set to attach child. Well, that's where this handy dandy thing that somebody created, I don't remember who, it's where it's an unused part of Forge called the user data. It's never really used in any normal game types that I've ever seen. That might be a thing. Okay, I just found out why something's wrong with this map, but I'll go into that later. But basically, what we've got here is we've got user data 15, user data 15. So this rock knows to fit with this warhog. So that is how they are all set up. This rock is 12 and 12. These rocks are all 11 and stuff, and then it goes all the way down. So what you may be wondering is there's 15 of them. No. This one's just, oh god. See, these are the problems. These are the problems with Halo. I mean, stuff can go wrong. 7 A. Haha. I find it. Oh. 5 4 3 2 and 1. Okay, that was it. That was the problem. And then these should all be numbered, so you can see. I'm just kind of going through here. I want to make sure this map works correctly. Yeah, that was the problem. So you just want to match all the user datas up with each other, and then set it to attach child and attach parent. Now right here, this is where something very important comes in. In the prop hunt game type, if you just hop into any mongoose, hop into any rock, basically, drive it around, you're going to get a waypoint over your head. Now the waypoint, the zombie's going to be able to see it, all your teammates are going to be able to see it. Now to stop that, we've set up these trait zones, which are also attached to the warhog, or mongoose. So, when you're driving around, you will have the traits that I have set in the trait zone properties. So, to get to your trait zone properties, just hit the start button, go down to trait zone properties, go to trait zone alpha, which is basically what you're going to be using. Don't need any other trait zones for this game type unless you're doing something pretty cool. We've got damage resistance 10, shield multiplier no shields. I just did that, not sure why. I mean, it makes the zombie a bit easier to kill the people. So damage and melee modifier, these don't really matter, because in the game type itself you have no you can't hit or shoot anything, it won't do anything, so that doesn't actually matter. That doesn't have to be done. None of these have to be done. One thing you might want to do is have their sensor range down to nothing, but I think it's already set like that in the game type also. Again, I'm just not really sure. I can't remember what exactly is set in the game type and what's set in the settings, but these are the two things you're gonna really want to focus on. Actually, this doesn't even have to happen. I'm not even sure why I did half of these, but appearance, this is where you're gonna want to go. I mean, appearance, I mean, just look at yourself. Take a second, look if you have a mirror in the room, and just look at yourself. I mean, that's the appearance. So you're gonna want to go to appearance, and you got active camo, waypoint, and visual effect. So visual effect, I put for the last man standing in this game type gets like a red visual effect, which does give him away kind of in the first prop hunt map, because you can see through like the rocks and the blocks and stuff. You can see the red glow. But I mean, if you're riding around in one of these guys, I mean, you're gonna be all good. So basically, you're gonna want to go to appearance, take active camo, and put it to good camo, so that they have really good camo in there, so that if any flood comes walking along, it's gonna be pretty hard to tell, even though you can't really even see inside the rocks in this game type. On the original map, you had crates that you could see inside, and it was pretty annoying sometimes. So then you're gonna want to set no waypoints, which basically means as soon as they're in their mongoose, they're not gonna have a waypoint anymore. And then you can mess with visual effects. That doesn't matter though. So those are the two settings you're really gonna want to have. And these trait zones are gonna want to be set to shape box, and put to 0.4. The top is going to be 0.4, the length is going to be 0.4, and the bottom is going to be 0. That, when you're inside of your mongoose, will be enough to encapsulate you, even though it's just that much space. It's just so that when you're in that area, that's the traits you're going to have. So enough with spawning and all that. Here is going to be the second map. I mean, as you can see, I got a lot of complaints about how small the first one was in general. But, yeah. We've used a modded canvas to get these rocks. I was going for a map that looked pretty decent. No patterns in it that made it look kind of obvious how I use the pieces. But do you know how hard it is to place 512 of these rocks without just being able to go doop 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 place and all that? It is very easy. So this is actually the pretty sure this is the max amount of objects you can spawn on one map. If I try to spawn anything, nothing. Just let's take a battle rifle. No, it doesn't give it to me because I've actually hit the object limit in Halo 4. So yes, there is an object limit. That is one of the reasons why they have the budget. But if you have a modded map like this, the budget isn't even going to matter. I'm at 3,800 and I still can't place anything. So this is literally maxing out what Forge can do, which is pretty interesting considering the lighting actually loads fairly well. And the cool thing is, you can go all the way to one side of this ravine kind of thing here, the canyon, and you can still render the rocks all the way on the other side. These rocks don't stop rendering till about right here, like 10 feet out from the canyon. So basically anywhere in this map, everything's going to be rendered, which is pretty nice considering these rocks look pretty cool when they're rendered. So basically we got some prop rocks here that aren't really they're not really props. They're just there to look like props to trick the players or the flood. And the flood spawn is going to be right in this little cove area here, and the human spawn is going to be right on this little deck thing here. So humans are going to spawn right here. I did have a lot of problems when I tested this once, where a lot of people were falling off the edges and stuff, but I will get that all fixed. That might not even be the final spawn area, but basically all I showed you about the spawning, you're just going to want to set that up. And then one more thing with the flood is, we're actually going to want to talk about, oh god, this video is getting pretty long, but what I just want to say is this receiver node is set to land vehicles true, players false. Not sure why that was true. Again, this map is not finished yet at all, but basically you're going to want to set this to everything true, or everything false except for land vehicles, which is going to be mongooses, and like I said earlier. So only when this teleporter spawns in, let's see here, we got this spawn time for this at never. So basically I was thinking of the flood spawn, sorry. Basically these two can just stay there. You don't have to do anything to these teleporters except set them to everything false except for land vehicles. Then that means that when you spawn, you won't get teleported, but as soon as you hop into this mongoose, you will. So that is how that works. Then over for the flood spawn, what you're gonna want to do is not get too close to it, forge and teleport yourself like an idiot. You're gonna want to take the sender node that's gonna send the flood to wherever he's going. You're gonna take that node and you're going to set it to everything false except for players, which it should automatically be set with. But you're going to want to set it to a spawn time of 45 to 60 seconds is somewhere around the good range I found out for seekers to find a spot. So basically set that to 50 seconds, the spawn time, and then set the place at start value over here at false. So what that will do is at 50 seconds in, that teleporter is going to spawn in and teleport the zombie to the map. So for 50 seconds at the start of the game, this zombie is just going to get to kind of hop around with this soccer ball, have a good time. Then he's going to get teleported and start actually seeking. So basically, set that to that, and your zombie's gonna get teleported, good as new. And you're gonna wanna have the soccer ball, because the soccer ball is just a soccer ball, and you're gonna need one of those. So this has been a not so quick tutorial on how to forge prop hunt in Halo 4. Hope this really helps you guys making maps for this. I've seen a few maps made, not by me, for this game type that haven't worked out well because people don't know how to set up the game type. So thanks for watching, guys. This has just been a quick video on how to forge prop hunt. Thanks. See ya.